Good afternoon to you, good morning from me, from Loco Park in Derbyshire, and to Loco Park Sprint Triathlon run by PMA Racing. This is my first triathlon for nearly a year. I wasn't going to do this event because I was supposed to be at the Etape du Tour today. Obviously I'm not. So late last week I put a last minute entry into this event. So it's a sprint triathlon. It is open water. It's made up of a 500 metre open water swim, a 21 kilometre bike ride, and then a 5 kilometre run. So the swim is open water, the bike is on nice country lanes, some good surface, some poor surface, some flat, some uphill, some downhill, so a bit of everything. And then the run, I think, is a mixture of gravel and grass with a couple of hills in. I don't really know, I've never done this course before, but you know, it's a sprint triathlon, isn't it? So I don't need to overthink it, but I do want to get a handle on where the swim course goes, just so I know which way to go. Anticipating I'm probably going to have some people to follow. I will take you into transition in a minute and have a quick look at my setup for today, what I'm using, what tips I'm going to follow and so on. But I think this is really good because it makes you really think about transitions and all the small things that you should think about in every triathlon, because it's so intense and short. You've got to really think about it. So let's I've just been queued up for a toilet, that was brilliant. I'm going to go and get some transitions, so I'll see you there. Okay, so let's cover equipment, nutrition, etc. One take, one go, let's go. Right, let's start from the swim. It's probably going to be wetsuit optional, I think. However, given it's 500 metres and I can't swim for toffee, I'm going to wear my wetsuit because that'll make a big difference to how fast I can swim. Obviously open water goggles, swim cap, then have a gel about 15-20 minutes before I start. Heart rate monitor to wear under my wetsuit. I have a while ago cut my ankles down on the wetsuit. It's easier to get off. I've got quite big feet, sometimes a bit of a pain to get off. I've only taken probably an inch off of it and it still fits pretty well. It just makes it a bit easier to get on and off. Onto the bike. Now this is basically a 30-minute crit, so why wouldn't I ride the crit bike? And my TT bike's in a billion bits at the minute, so I'm riding this. I don't know the course, it's twisty, it's turny, it's up and down. I don't think I'll be much slower on a road bike than a TT bike. Having driven it this morning, it probably is a TT bike course. However, I've got what I've got, haven't I? So I'm going to give it big licks. I've also got a chain that's slightly too long on it because I took it off my other bike because they've all gone for re-waxing. Anyway, going to take a bottle of full steam with me because I would like to have a drink or two on the bike, I think. Well, I've got the route on the Wahoo, so I know where I'm going. Bike shoes wise, I haven't got my normal road shoes. I've got my triathlon shoes, just one strap as opposed to laces. Laces would not be ideal. Put some talcum powder in there, so when you're coming with wet feet, you can just slide your feet in and hopefully they are dry. Helmet, obviously put that on before you touch your bike. What else? Finish the bike, onto the run. I've then got Nike Tempo next to me. It's like the ones that are halfway towards the race trainers. Some of this run, well, a lot of it's off-road, so it doesn't really make too much difference, and I'm not running that quick, so it doesn't really make too much of a difference. I just know that I've run in those shoes a fair few times now, and I know I get on with them, so therefore I'm going to use them. Now what I have done is, and I have tested this, taking the laces out, there's like an elasticated thing across the top, you can see that. It holds your foot in quite snug as it is without any laces. I've got some elastic laces to put in, but it didn't really add much to it, so I'm going to try these without laces. Now I've also put talc in there. I'm not planning on wearing socks. Socks take a while, time is money, so I've put a load of this great branding, by the way, Hoob Loob, around the back, so just around there, in the hope that it just prevents blisters. I've seen a few people do that, so maybe it will, maybe it won't, but it's only 3 miles or so on the run, isn't it, so it should be okay. There's a briefing in a minute. Racing on Icarus tri-suit today, which is like a hot weather tri-suit, so it's supposed to have like really good mesh venting. In reality it means I'll just get sunburned through it, but it's only going to be an hour or so in total, so I'm not too worried about it just yet. I think that is about it. I mean, the gear ready to set off, check my tyres, everything's ready to go. I need to put a wetsuit on, that might take a little bit of time. Yeah, let's get my wetsuit on. The only other piece of tech is I'm using my Garmin Fenix 7, and I have had to add on the triathlon activity mode to it today, and I've had this watch for, what, 6-7 months now, so that's how long it's been since I've done a triathlon, sort of like September last year, so nearly a year. Anyway, there's a briefing that I should probably be listening to, so I'm going to go and listen to that. Unfortunately, no Liz here today, so I haven't got any on in-event footage, so I suppose I'll see you after. Okay, I love triathlon again. That was such good fun. Swim, it was tough. I started off right at the front, which is not where I should be. Got biffed around a bit, but I think that's good prep for me, to be honest. And I don't know where I got out of the water, but I swam just over 10 minutes for 500 meters, which is pretty much what I've been swimming in the pool. But I started off hard and then settled into it and tried to get on some feet, but with it being so short, a lot of people are going hard and blowing up, or starting steady and picking it up. There's so many variations in pace. Got on the bike, of course, I had to just lay it down, didn't I? So I think I normalised just over 350 watts. I did about 32 and a bit, 33 minutes, something like that. I'm really chuffed with that. I was like 23 and a half, 24 miles an hour. I kicked on up the hills, held a good tempo on the flats, and just rode it as fast as I could. I think my bike split would have been up there because I was making a few places. I didn't catch the front group in my wave. There were 3 or 4 people already up the road, and of course, if you're in a little group, even if they weren't, they're probably strong athletes, so they stayed away. And then on the run course, as you can see, look behind me, right? It's grass, it's gravel, there's some tarmac as well. It's up and down, it's not a fast course, but I absolutely love that. I think it evens the playing field a bit because the fast runners perhaps aren't as fast on here, and those that are steadier like me, a bit more strength based, probably do better. And it's just good to mix it up and not chasing the time. And I ran just under 21 minutes for 5k, so I'm really chuffed with that. The day couldn't really go any better. I've done a lot of running this week. I think I've done 33 miles before today, so 36, 37 mile week for me is a big week. I haven't ridden my bike much, so I was relatively fresh on the bite, but you can't do it all in a week, can you? And yeah, said hi to a few people, and it's been a good old race this morning. It's about 10 o'clock now and I'm finished, so I'm about to get out on the bike later today. Clint from Easy Disc is here, so I'm going to go say hello to him wherever he is. We can normally hear him, so I'll listen and go and find him. Good morning, Clint.
Good morning.
You okay?
Yeah, very well, thanks.
Does this feel like old times?
Yeah, it does a bit. It's not quite Colford.
No, so
Clint hills in it than
yeah. Clint and I originally met years ago at Colford Sprint Triathlon in Bury St Edmunds, and it was the World Championships, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
So here we are again, going head to head at a local sprint tri, or local to me. I have just edged Clint this morning, and I think that's probably the first time for a few years, so I'll take that.
Nice, well done, Dan.
Good race?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I had a good swim. Was about 5th out of the swim, and then 2nd in on the bike, and then 3rd in on the run. But unfortunately, there was 2 waves, so I did feel like a pro in my first wave. I ended up being like 12th place. And what were you, Dan? 7th?
7th, yeah.
Yeah, so he did get me.
Yeah, good.
It's proved I'm putting it down to like if he can do it in 20 years time like I do. 'Cause I'm old enough to be Dan's dad.
Keeps mentioning the age handicap. Business never stops you, Clint. I've seen you handing some flyers out to people.
I'm supposed to be chilling, but I've got my flyers here, handing them out.
Love it. Respect the hustle. Do we get a sneak peek at our top secret product or not?
For it, yeah.
Shall I give it a quick flash?
I'm not shy about it.
So there you go. Top secret product. More coming soon on that.
Yeah.
Clint is also very kindly supporting James in his Decker attempt, which is a week on Tuesday now.
Yeah.
So we might see you there as well.
Well, I'm going to come up not next weekend, the following weekend. Yeah,
right,
that'd be brilliant. Yeah, nice one.
Well done,
Cheers, Dan. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, so I thought now I'm home, I'd have a bit more of a look at the results rather than just saying, oh, you had a great day. Like, I want to actually analyse it a little bit more and see where I can make some improvements. I have had a great afternoon nap, and my buddy is just doing the same thing right now. You okay with that? Yeah, anyway, right, I'm going to put a screenshot of the results on screen now and basically me just like talk through them a little bit. So 7th overall, 1 hour and 7 minutes and 12 seconds. Made up of a 10.5 minute swim, 1:12 T1, 33:52 bike, and then a 20:57 run after a 40-second T2. Now I'm sure you can scan around there and see where the improvements can be made. To me, it's quite clear. It's in the swim and the run and transitions. I don't really need to be too concerned about the bike. Now, I love cycling, I love training cycling, I love racing cycling, but, you know, looking at an event like this, I'm, 10 seconds off of the leaders, off of the the third fastest bike split, 10 seconds off the first and second. I don't know if they were riding TT bikes or road bikes, but even if they're on road bikes, you know, like I'm in the mix there. I can ride with the best people at this race, but I cannot swim and run with them. Now, I might not ever be able to swim and run with them, but I sure as hell need to be a lot closer. The first couple, 2 or 3, me getting out of the water, an average of about 3 minutes down. I'm never going to close that on a sprint triathlon. And that's just that I need to work on that. So running wise, I'm actually pretty happy with my run. 20:57. I'm dropping time, sure, and definitely to those first 3 or 4. But then after that, I'm sort of like in the mix, aren't I? I'm sort of like not really turning any heads, but I'm not really dropping loads of time. So I think I'm half okay with that. Of course, that does extrapolate out over like half marathon and marathon distances, but for a sprint try, I'm happy with that. I need to work on that swim. So what am I doing now? Well, Triple Brutal James has texted me saying, do you want to go for a swim at Spring Lakes? So that's where I'm going. I'm ready to go. I've got my membership card out. I've booked it online and I'm ready to rock and roll. But I just want to reiterate, I'm really, really buzzing to do a triathlon. I think I've spent all this year doing bike racing and going, oh, bike racing's mint, because I haven't done any triathlons. Actually, triathlon's mint as well. So thanks to those who said hi as well. Really cool to meet some people who watch these videos. Hope you had a great race if you raced. Let's go for a swim. Afternoon, Simpo.
Afternoon.
Did I tell you I nearly won a triathlon this morning? By nearly, I mean nowhere near. Going for an open water swim. This is your first open water swim this year that wasn't in Mallorca, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you left it far too late. My first swim was this morning.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, I do like open water swimming. And I'm pretty comfortable doing it. I think it's just...
I think that's the thing, it's not like you don't want anything to learn, have you? You just check your wetsuit, etc.
Just check my wetsuit fits, that's all.
Yeah, it is absolutely like a bazillion degrees, so we don't necessarily need a wetsuit temperature-wise, but I need one to be able to swim a bit better, and you need to train in it so you know.
Well, I would probably need one anyway. I don't like being cold.
Yeah, fair enough, okay.
And I get cold even when the water's warm, I'm so skinny.
Yeah. Find a bit of insulation helps you with that. About 10 kilos. Let's get wet. Come on, transition prep. Sprint out the water.
Nice and easy. Felt good.
Good.
Last long swim done.
Good. Well, James said to me, I'm going to get in. If I don't feel good, I'm going to swim until I feel good. And like I say, you've been in there for about an hour and a quarter. I thought, how long is it going to take for you to feel good?
Well, I thought I'd just get, I'm over a week out, so I thought I'd just get a last long one in, and then I'll probably come here a couple of times in the week, but swim just short.
Yeah, just work on the tan.
Get used to it. So,
good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, ready.
Good stuff. Nice one, wicked. All right, I think I'm going to end today's video there. That's about it done. I might get myself a little snack from the cafe on the way home. Something really like a pastry, something messy to go in James's car with.
Kate's car, you're fine.
Oh, okay, fine. So yes, thank you very much for watching. Obviously, in a week's time, it's going to be all about him. So let's make the most of not his face this week. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. You're walking towards me like you're going to say something.
Bye.
Oh.